Okay, I want to show you something about borders here on Carla's quilt. I talk a lot about borders and I think they're important to be able to have a discussion of. But the first thing that I want to show you is look at her inner border. Isn't that so much fun? She's used so many of the light colored fabrics of the quilt, all of these that do kind of the shadow box, and put them together to create that inner border. I love that so much. It's so fun to see a scrappy border. I don't get it a lot, but I do get occasionally, and it's just so fun that someone put that together. The other thing I wanted to show you is that she did cornerstones on her outer border, technically on these last two borders. Very nice with the cornerstones right there. One with each of the colors, the main houses of Hogwarts. And then I want to talk to you about borders real quick. So when you're getting ready to do this border, like this outer dark border right here, what you're going to do is you're going to measure the quilt from like 3 places on intersections, toward the center sections of the quilt. Measure that, add those together, divide by 3, and then you're going to cut that border to that size. Pin in the center, pin on the edges, maneuver it so that it fits just great, and then you're going to stitch it on. Now, in this case, she would have stitched these two basically together before putting on her cornerstone, as you can see that. Now, when you're stitching it, I always suggest putting the quilt itself down onto the faceplate, onto the feed dogs, with the border facing up, because the quilt itself is so much heavier. So we want that to be fed through the feed dogs a little bit more easily with no pulling. So I just want to kind of show you how fun it is. You can always add some interest with a fun border by adding a lot of the colors from the intersections of the quilt. And sometimes we have a lot of extra fabrics left over from that intersection, and it's nice to create a really fun border to go with it. Again, you can always add cornerstones, and that's kind of a nice little embellishment that not a lot of quilts get. So questions or thought about that? I would be super excited to be able to hear it. There's an arrow right down over here, and when you hit that, it takes you to more of this same quilt getting stitched out with other ideas and thoughts. Also follow on Facebook, follow on Instagram. You'll see pictures, still pictures of this quilt with lots of others over there, and you would love to have you subscribe and be part of the group over here. I'll take a minute and show you the backing. It's that fabulous Minky, and you can really see my Eddie swirl shining brightly on that wonderful soft Minky. It's gonna be so cuddly. All right, my friends, have an amazing day.